Hey everybody, today's December the 7th, 2025, and 2 days ago, the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices made a horrible decision based on nothing more than pseudoscience, myths, and lies. And they placed political gain over the actual lives of children. So I'm Dr. Lori Lehman, board-certified pediatrician, fellow of the American Academy of Pediatrics, here to set the record straight. My training was at Duke University for my MD, and then my residency training was at the University of Virginia. During my medical training, I was taught about microbiology and immunology and epidemiology and infectious diseases. And I would like to explain what happened and why it went so wrong. First of all, there's a large degree of blame to be placed on Senator Bill Cassidy, who was warned before confirmation of RFK Jr. by Dr. Paul Offit, the preeminent vaccine guru, the director of the Vaccine Education Center at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, that RFK Jr. was not only anti-vaxxer for years, he made his living on suing vaccine manufacturers, but that he was famously a liar. And despite those very clear warnings, Senator Bill Cassidy decided to confirm him anyway. And I think the responsibility now is on him to begin letters of impeachment against RFK Jr., in part for this decision that's just happened, but for so many other things as well, including packing the ACIP with absolute anti-vaxxers and people who aren't expertise in this field. So I want to explain to you what is the actual truth about hepatitis B. So it turns out before there was a recommended birth dose, it was never mandatory. It was not a mandate. It was a recommendation. Before that, and which started in 1991, there were up to 20,000 cases. This is by Dr. Bill Cassidy's own report. And so we say somewhere, depends on the year, between 16,000 and 18,000 cases. When it became a recommendation for a birth dose of hepatitis B, those cases fell to under 20 cases per year. You should understand when a newborn gets hepatitis B, up to 90% of those babies develop chronic carrier conditions, and 25% of those, it goes on to ultimately liver failure, cirrhosis, and hepatocellular carcinoma, or liver cancer, and death. This matters. Not all transmission is vertical. We already had that strategy of only giving the hepatitis B vaccine to babies with known positive hepatitis B positive moms, and that didn't work. We still had those high numbers. It was the birth dose that made the huge difference, and that's how a lot of public health works. So hepatitis B is not only sexually transmitted and through IV drug use, it's also through horizontal contact, even through a bite in a daycare or shared toothbrushes and things like that within a household. And a lot of adults, around half of adults who are infected chronically, don't even know that they have hepatitis B. That's why this matters so much. There is no cure for hepatitis B. This was not a pro-life decision in any way. Newborns are at the highest risk, and it only takes a tiny dose. There was no new safety signal that brought about this decision. It was just a bad decision based on bad information. I hope that cleared things up for you. Thanks.